last night when someone was speaking about sadness, I can't remember if it was you or someone else that spoke about meeting sadness, and oh no, it was the first person who came up, and how it was endless, and I said, we'll just dive into that endlessness. But the truth is, if you are willing to dive into what seems like the endlessness of sadness or grief or fear, because it does seem like that on the periphery, and that's why we avoid it. We feel like we'll be swallowed by it. But if we're willing to dive into it, there is a limit to sadness, and there's a limit to fear, and there's a limit to hurt, grief, betrayal. And when you reach the limit, you discover what's under that. Either another emotion that you can then dive into, and finally you reach, just as you said, this that I thought was fear is actually energy. It's aliveness. It's a life force. And when you dive into that, you will never find a limit. When you dive into love, you don't find an end. When you dive into joy, you don't find an emotion under that. And that's extraordinary, that the emotions that normally control us, either in the way we avoid them or the way we express them, are all limited. And the pure emotion that is present underneath all of that is the joy to be, the freedom to be. And you may have to go through some miserable spaces if those spaces have been avoided, and then an imitation of freedom or a limited conditional joy has been settled for. And now you return to see what, oh my God, I was worthlessness under that all the time, or unlovability under that all the time. But those are limited when you are willing to meet them. You are unlimited. You meet yourself, you dive into yourself, you will find no end to yourself, inside or outside.